Are you someone who often finds themselves enjoying a late dinner after 7 p.m.? Perhaps you've occasionally woken up feeling an inexplicable headache, a tightness in your chest, or a sudden, confusing wave of dizziness. What if these seemingly minor discomforts weren't just signs of a bad night's sleep, but rather your body desperately trying to warn you of a far more sinister and silent danger lurking within? Imagine a world where, while you drift into unconsciousness, a silent stroke could be occurring, slowly, insidiously, threatening your independence and your very life. It sounds like something out of a medical thriller, but tragically, for many, it's a shocking reality. In Brazil alone, every 47 seconds, an older adult experiences a stroke while sleeping, and a staggering 73% of these devastating incidents are directly linked to what they consumed in the mere 4 hours leading up to bedtime. Even more unsettling is the fact that nearly 90% of older adults unknowingly partake in these dangerous nighttime foods, completely oblivious to the silent threat they pose. Prepare yourself for a truly life-altering revelation. Groundbreaking research from the prestigious University of São Paulo has meticulously uncovered that just 5 incredibly common nighttime foods can skyrocket your risk of stroke by an astonishing 340% if you're over the age of 60. If you fall into this crucial age group, what you are about to uncover in this video could quite literally be the knowledge that saves your life, offering you a profound chance to reclaim your health and future. And the incredible news doesn't stop there. Before this video concludes, I will also reveal how you can dramatically slash your stroke risk by up to 78%, simply by making a few conscious adjustments to your evening meals. So please stay with me until the very end, because you'll undoubtedly be astonished to learn which everyday foods are silently, yet powerfully, contributing to blood clot formation within your system as you sleep. Before we dive into unveiling these 5 nighttime villains that could be jeopardizing your well-being, I extend a heartfelt invitation to support this channel. If your health, vitality, and continued independence as you gracefully age are paramount to you, then now is the moment to subscribe. We are passionately building a thriving, free community specifically designed for individuals over 60 who are wholeheartedly committed to embracing wisdom and health in their later years. Joining us could very well be the pivotal first step you take towards securing a brighter, healthier future for yourself. Now let's turn our attention to the first culprit, aged yellow cheeses, often referred to as the silent clot in the medical community. If your cherished evening ritual involves concluding dinner with a delightful slice of sharp cheddar, a creamy Gouda, or a robust Swiss cheese, then it is absolutely crucial that you lend your undivided attention to what follows. These seemingly innocent cheeses, while undeniably delicious, harbor significant amounts of tyramine, a naturally occurring substance that possesses the alarming capability to dramatically elevate your blood pressure by as much as 40 points when consumed late in the evening. Tyramine acts as a powerful trigger, prompting your body to release norepinephrine, a hormone that not only accelerates your heart rate, but also constricts your blood vessels with considerable force. While younger individuals might possess the physiological resilience to tolerate this surge without immediate repercussions, for those beyond the age of 60 whose arteries have naturally become less pliable and more rigid over time, this sudden spike can be profoundly dangerous, even deadly. It's important to understand that during the night, your blood pressure should naturally decrease as your body enters a state of rest and repair. However, with the presence of tyramine, this vital nocturnal dip is often thwarted, causing your blood pressure to remain dangerously elevated for an extended period, potentially up to 8 hours. Consider the experience of Helen Thompson, a vibrant 68-year-old from Austin, Texas, who harbored a deep affection for cheddar cheese. Almost every single night after her dinner, she relished a few slices paired with crackers, a comfort ritual she cherished. Gradually, over time, Helen began waking up with persistent headaches, a recurring pressure in her chest, and an increasingly restless sleep pattern that left her feeling exhausted. Her health took a critical turn after a sudden and severe hypertensive episode unexpectedly landed her in the emergency room. Subsequent medical tests unequivocally revealed that her body was reacting with alarming intensity to her consistent nighttime cheese consumption. Since making the life-altering decision to eliminate aged cheeses from her evening diet, Helen exclaims, "It's as if I've been reborn. I sleep more profoundly, wake up completely pain-free, and my blood pressure has finally stabilized to healthy levels." The transformative benefits of removing aged cheeses from your evening meals are genuinely powerful and far-reaching. You could experience an impressive reduction of up to 45% in those dangerous nighttime blood pressure spikes, witness a remarkable 60% improvement in your overall sleep quality, and significantly reduce the occurrence of those bothersome morning headaches. Furthermore, you'll drastically lower your risk of developing silent brain clots, protecting your cognitive health. To continue enjoying rich flavors without incurring these significant risks, consider making a simple yet effective switch to fresh white cheeses, such as ricotta, cottage cheese, or queso fresco. These delightful alternatives contain very low levels of tyramine and are rich in light, easily digestible proteins that even contribute to muscle relaxation, promoting a more peaceful night's rest. As a special culinary tip, try seasoning ricotta with a drizzle of high-quality olive oil and a sprinkle of your favorite fresh herbs. It's both incredibly tasty and completely safe for your arterial health. It is of paramount importance to remember that if you are currently taking blood pressure medications, consuming aged cheeses at night could potentially amplify their side effects or, even more perilously, mask critical warning signs of underlying issues. Always, without exception, consult with your doctor before implementing any significant dietary changes. Now let's address the second major dietary pitfall, processed meats, which are essentially sodium bombs in disguise. Envision your dinner plate featuring ham, bacon, sausage, bologna, or salami. If any of these frequently appear as part of your evening meal or late-night snack, you are, regrettably, subjecting your entire cardiovascular system to immense and unnecessary strain precisely when it requires profound rest and recuperation. The stark truth is that even a single seemingly innocuous slice of ham can contain more sodium than an older adult should ideally consume in an entire day. When ingested at night, this excessive sodium inevitably leads to significant fluid retention, places an overwhelming burden on your heart, and triggers a concerning rise in blood pressure throughout your sleep cycle. Sodium forces your heart to work relentlessly, up to 30% harder, as it struggles to pump blood through vessels that become progressively narrower and more inflamed. Furthermore, the nitrates commonly found in these processed meats undergo a chemical transformation into nitrites within your stomach. These substances possess a detrimental effect, actively reducing your blood's crucial oxygen-carrying capacity. A truly nightmarish scenario for your delicate brain, especially during sleep when your breathing naturally slows down. Take, for instance, George Miller, a 73-year-old from Tampa, Florida, who, for many years, routinely consumed bologna or sausage sandwiches almost every night. He perceived them as quick, convenient, and surprisingly light. However, he gradually began waking up with an insatiable thirst, unsettling heart palpitations, and noticeably swollen legs. He also experienced a constant, dull pressure in his head each morning. After a consultation with a cardiologist, he received a shocking revelation. He was consuming over 4 grams of sodium daily, with the vast majority of it coming from his nighttime meals. George, determined to regain his health, immediately eliminated processed meats from his dinner routine, and within a mere 2 weeks, the persistent swelling miraculously disappeared. He no longer awoke parched, and his blood pressure finally stabilized, bringing immense relief. He wisely reflected, "I genuinely thought I was eating light meals, but I came to realize I was unknowingly poisoning my body." The incredible benefits of cutting processed meats from your nightly meals are truly astonishing. You could experience up to a 50% reduction in fluid retention, a significant improvement in your overall sleep quality, and a noticeable decrease in bothersome nighttime palpitations. Expect an average drop of 15 points in your blood pressure readings, and perhaps most crucially, a substantially lower risk of dangerous blood clot formation. Searching for an easy, healthy swap? Consider natural lean proteins, such as shredded chicken breast, perfectly hard-boiled eggs, or nutrient-rich fresh sardines. If you're a fan of sandwiches, opt for homemade roasted turkey breast, ensuring it's free of additives, paired with a creamy cottage cheese or a light tuna spread. A particular favorite within our community is a homemade chicken pâté. Delicately seasoned with fresh herbs and a touch of olive oil, it's flavorful, light, and completely safe for your heart. And here's a golden rule to live by: never consume processed meats after 4 p.m. This crucial time frame allows your body ample time to effectively process the sodium before you settle down for the night. If you contend with high blood pressure or are currently on heart medications, this warning becomes even more critical for your health and safety. Next on our list is refined sugar and sweets, the orchestrators of an inflammatory storm within your body. That tempting post-dinner dessert, a seemingly harmless spoonful of sugar stirred into your evening tea, or that comforting cookie just before bed. It all appears innocuous, doesn't it? However, in reality, these seemingly innocent habits unleash a ferocious storm of inflammation throughout your entire system. Consuming refined sugar at night causes an immediate and dramatic spike in your blood glucose levels, forcing your pancreas to release an overwhelming surge of insulin in an attempt to stabilize it. But here's the critical catch: your metabolism naturally slows down considerably during the nighttime hours. The unfortunate consequence of this metabolic mismatch is persistently high glucose levels, wildly unstable insulin, thickened blood, and a pervasive elevation of inflammation, all of which collectively and significantly amplify your risk of experiencing a stroke. For individuals over the age of 60, this internal process becomes even more perilous. Their body's inherent ability to efficiently process sugar is naturally diminished, leading to insidious micro-damage within the delicate blood vessels, which in turn severely disrupts the vital blood flow to the brain. The symptoms of this silent damage can often feel subtle and easily dismissed. Perhaps a fleeting moment of morning dizziness, a slight blurriness in your vision, or a persistent heavy sensation in your head. Yet, the underlying risk is profoundly real, and it incrementally builds up over time, silently compromising your health. If you are determined to protect your precious brain, the key lies in gradually reducing your sugar intake. If absolutely necessary for taste, use natural sweeteners like stevia or xylitol sparingly. When a sweet craving strikes in the evening, instead of reaching for processed sweets, intelligently choose naturally sweet whole fruits. Consider a warm baked apple sprinkled with cinnamon, a perfectly ripe banana, or a small single square of 70% dark chocolate for a rich, satisfying treat. Even better, try a soothing, calming herbal tea like chamomile, enhanced with just a tiny touch of raw honey, no more than a small teaspoon, and a dash of cinnamon. The honey is absorbed more slowly, the cinnamon actively helps to stabilize glucose levels, and the chamomile promotes a profound sense of relaxation, preparing your body for restorative sleep. A crucial warning: if you have diabetes or are currently taking medication to regulate your blood sugar, consuming sugar at night can dangerously trigger rebound hypoglycemia, a sudden and perilous drop in blood sugar during sleep. It is absolutely essential to consult with your doctor to determine the optimal timing for your carbohydrate intake. Our fourth category of hazardous nighttime foods encompasses fried foods and trans fats, which are notorious artery blockers. Think about those crispy French fries, indulgent fried snacks, convenient chicken nuggets, savory deep-fried empanadas, or those ubiquitous store-bought potato chips. These might evoke feelings of comfort and nostalgia, but if you're consuming them late in the evening, you are quite literally and silently clogging your arteries while you sleep, creating a ticking time bomb within your cardiovascular system. Trans fats, often abundantly found in these types of foods, are so inherently harmful that numerous countries around the globe have taken the drastic yet necessary step of banning them entirely from their food industries. Despite this, they cunningly manage to sneak into countless evening meals, often unnoticed. At night, your body's metabolism naturally decelerates significantly. This means that these insidious, harmful fats linger for a much longer duration in your bloodstream, relentlessly adhering to your artery walls and aggressively triggering widespread inflammation. For individuals over 60, whose circulatory system has naturally become more fragile and susceptible, this process rapidly leads to serious artery blockages within a matter of weeks, not months or years. A single portion of fries consumed at night can elevate your blood fat levels for an astounding period of up to 12 hours. And while you are sleeping soundly, your brain might not be receiving the vital oxygen it desperately needs, creating a dangerously precarious setup for a stroke. Recall George Miller from Tampa. Before he made the monumental decision to eliminate processed meats, he frequently paired his nightly sandwiches with a side of fries or chicken nuggets. Once he committed to cutting out all fried foods from his evening routine, he experienced remarkable changes. He lost excess weight, his breathing improved dramatically, and he no longer awoke with that uncomfortable, heavy feeling in his stomach. The benefits of completely ditching nighttime fried foods are truly remarkable and far-reaching. You could achieve an impressive reduction of up to 70% in harmful blood fat levels, experience significantly improved brain oxygenation throughout your sleep, and witness a considerable reduction in artery inflammation. Furthermore, you'll enjoy less bloating and stomach heaviness, and most importantly, a substantially lower risk of strokes and other dangerous nighttime heart events. Do you believe replacing fried foods is an insurmountable challenge? It's far easier than you might imagine. Opt for delicious baked, grilled, or steamed alternatives. A cherished favorite within our community is roasted rustic potatoes. Simply chop potatoes into hearty chunks, season them generously with aromatic rosemary, fresh garlic, and a drizzle of heart-healthy olive oil, then roast them until they are beautifully golden brown. They are absolutely delicious and entirely safe for your precious arteries. Craving something satisfyingly crunchy? Experiment with baked zucchini or sweet potato chips prepared with just a light drizzle of olive oil, or choose a handful of nuts and seeds. These alternatives provide that gratifying crunch while simultaneously supplying your body with essential heart-healthy fats. An important note: if you have a history of heart problems, it is imperative that you eliminate fried foods completely from your diet, not just at night. Trans fats can dangerously interfere with life-saving medications and significantly elevate your overall cardiovascular risk. And for those who find the thought of giving up fried foods entirely a daunting prospect, adhere to this golden rule. Enjoy them only before 2 p.m., never as part of your dinner. This strategic timing grants your body sufficient time to metabolize and process these fats well before you enter the critical hours of bedtime. Finally, we arrive at food number 5. Coffee and all caffeinated beverages, the hidden stimulant that can disrupt your health. Consider your daily intake: coffee, black tea, sodas, or energy drinks. If you are consuming any of these potent beverages after 4 p.m., you are very likely forcing your heart to remain in a state of hyper-alertness and heightened activity throughout the entire night. And for those beyond the age of 60, this sustained stimulation can be extraordinarily dangerous. Caffeine exerts a powerful, stimulating effect that can linger in the systems of older adults for an extended period, often up to 8 hours. Instead of gradually winding down and entering a restful state, your heart is compelled to maintain a rapid pace, which in turn significantly elevates your blood pressure and dramatically increases the risk of troublesome nighttime arrhythmias or irregular heartbeats. Even more detrimentally, caffeine actively inhibits the natural production of melatonin, the crucial hormone singularly responsible for initiating and regulating healthy sleep. This creates a vicious and debilitating cycle: pervasive insomnia, persistent nighttime stress on your heart, and debilitating fatigue that plagues you the following day. Many older adults remain tragically unaware that their unexplained palpitations, unsettling nighttime anxiety, and chronic sleep disturbances could simply be the direct consequence of that seemingly innocent evening cup of coffee. This was precisely the case for Helen Thompson, 68, from Austin, Texas, who also featured in our earlier discussion about cheese. Helen adored coffee, habitually drinking up to 6 cups a day, with her final cup often enjoyed around 8 p.m. She began waking up with an alarming racing heart, intense bouts of anxiety, and a constant sensation of pressure on her chest. Despite numerous heart tests consistently returning normal results, a perceptive sleep specialist eventually suggested she cease drinking coffee after 2 p.m. Within a single week, her unsettling palpitations miraculously vanished. Helen joyfully recounts, "I began sleeping profoundly again and woke up truly refreshed. I never once imagined that my beloved coffee was silently, yet powerfully, stressing my heart." The profound benefits of cutting caffeine in the afternoon and evening are genuinely extraordinary and life-changing. You can expect a fully stabilized heart rhythm during sleep, an incredible improvement of up to 80% in your overall sleep quality, and a complete cessation of those bothersome nighttime palpitations or anxiety attacks. Your blood pressure will become balanced and stable throughout the entire night, and you will experience a significantly reduced risk of life-threatening arrhythmias. If you're concerned about caffeine withdrawal, the transition can be made smoothly and gradually. For week 1, simply avoid coffee after 2 p.m. In week 2, aim to stop by noon. By week 3, restrict your coffee consumption to only the morning hours. After this gradual process, you'll likely discover that you no longer feel the need for caffeine at all. Searching for delicious and healthy replacements. Explore non-caffeinated herbal teas such as calming chamomile, soothing fennel, relaxing lemon balm, or invigorating ginger. Ginger tea, in particular, is wonderfully warm, flavorful, and boasts powerful anti-inflammatory properties. Another beloved favorite within our community is barley coffee. It offers a taste profile strikingly similar to regular coffee, but is completely caffeine-free and wonderfully heart-friendly. An important cautionary note: chocolate also contains caffeine, especially the darker varieties. It is advisable to avoid chocolate at night, particularly if you are currently taking heart or blood pressure medication, as caffeine can interfere with your treatment and mask serious underlying symptoms. Now that you are armed with the crucial knowledge of the 5 most dangerous nighttime foods, aged yellow cheeses, processed meats, refined sugar, fried foods, and caffeine, you also possess the powerful insights needed to actively protect yourself. By consciously removing these 5 items from your evening routine, you can realistically reduce your stroke risk by an astonishing 78%. Imagine the profound impact. In just 1 week, you'll likely begin experiencing significantly better sleep. Within 2 weeks, those persistent morning dizziness and headaches may become a distant memory. And in a mere 3 months, your heart health, blood pressure, and overall energy levels will exhibit a remarkable and measurable transformation, a positive change that any doctor will readily confirm at your next checkup. Remember, every seemingly small adjustment you make to your diet is, in reality, a monumental step toward a longer, more independent, and truly dignified life. And even if you're already past the age of 60, please know that it is never, ever too late to embark on this journey. The positive transformation your body can undergo might be far faster and more profound than you ever dared to imagine. Tell us in the comments below. Which of these foods do you still consume at night? Have you or a cherished loved one experienced anything similar to the stories shared today? Your personal story has the power to inspire and genuinely help thousands within our growing community. If you found this video to be helpful and informative, please do us a favor and hit that like button, share it widely with someone you deeply care about, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on the next vital discovery that could quite literally save your life. We look forward to seeing you in our next video. Take exceptional care of yourself. You truly deserve it.